So I just got laid off from Amazon. I was one of the 14,000 people who got an email at like 4 in the morning saying that your role has been eliminated. So honestly, what am I feeling right now? I'm kind of numb. I'm I'm kind of in shock of just how it was handled because I literally had no idea. Um, like literally imagine just waking up one day, it's a regular Tuesday, you check your phone, see what time it is, and you see you got an email that your role is being eliminated.
It's called life. That's what it's called. You know, even though it's life, this is what the world has come to, where all they do is just send you an email overnight. Boom, the next morning you wake up and you're out of there. And that's a sad situation. I remember you will get ample time to actually know what's about to happen. You know, sometimes you hear the chatter around the workplace, you know, this is going to happen, and you can prepare yourselves a little bit more. But you know, nowadays they just send you an email the night before, and boom, you're out there the next day. And this is how they're showing you that they really don't care about you. They don't give one rat skull about you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your livelihood. They just don't care about you. And this is how they operate nowadays. You know, here today, gone tomorrow. You're a revolving door. You're a part of that revolving door. I remember when, you know, I spoke about this before on a few occasions before we continue watching, you know, what she's saying. I remember I was working at Target warehouse, and I remember when I first got hired and I'm walking through the warehouse when they're showing me, you know, what's good, what's not, what to do, and all that good stuff. I remember seeing probably about 30 to 40 people just walking in like chickens. They're just walking through in a long line. And I said to myself, damn, it seems like that people are just in and out. You get hired today, out tomorrow. You gone tomorrow, hired to the next day, you know, this, that, that. And it's a repetitive cycle. You know, it's just a never ending cycle. And this is Target Warehouse. And even though this is Amazon we're talking about, this is also happening in Target, Walmart, and different merchandising, online merchandising, or, you know, in person, whatever it is, merchandising type of company. Or not just merchandising, but what's the word I'm looking for? E-commerce companies. So, you know, it's just a part of life, man. It's like you just gotta, you know, accept it for what it is right now, the way they're doing things. You know, it's just a lack of respect for their employees.
Um, Genuinely, when I saw that on my phone, I thought it was spam because I'm like, no way. Like, what do you mean that it's an email? So I go on my work laptop. I find out I'm locked out of my laptop, and I check my email. I lost access to my laptop. I don't have badge access.
Y'all are listening to this? No warning, y'all. No type of warning. She's just locked out. Let's rewind that part.
Like, what do you mean that it's an email? So I go on my work laptop. I find out I'm locked out of my laptop, and I check my email. I lost access to my laptop. I don't have badge access. I literally haven't heard anything from my manager, hear nothing from my coworkers. And it's just like you're just locked out. And it's so crazy because I was there for only like a little over a year, but I have a coworker who was there. It was going to be his 13th anniversary being there for 13 years, and this is the way that we find out. And it's just kind of like you like, oh, like it's just so crazy to me because like you spend so much of your energy at your job, right? And for you to just find out in this way, it's like a very shitty feeling. I'm going to be so honest. It's like, well, what was the point of me doing any of that? And like, as someone who has quote unquote done the right thing, like I'm a child of immigrants, so I had to like, I chose the engineering route, but I studied engineering in college.
I've been seeing a pattern of that. There's a video that I just did with an Asian girl. She said the same thing. I'm a child of an immigrant. It seems every one of them now is saying because immigrant's supposed to be a big keyword that's out there right now. and everybody's, I guess it's just all of a sudden I'm proud to be a child of an immigrant, even though you should be proud, but everybody's just saying it loosely now, like, okay, it wasn't intentional at first, but all of a sudden, now that we're talking about, this time that we're living in concerning immigrants, illegal immigrants and immigrants or whatever you want to call them, no disrespect to anybody. Somebody come at me the last time when I said illegal immigrants, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it, transparent and just real and raw. It's illegal immigrant. I'm going to call it what it is. Like I said, no disrespect to nobody, but that's what it is. We're not going to sugarcoat everything. And we're in a culture in which they want you to sugarcoat things and make it sound beautiful and, fattening food, bad food. They call it comfort food and this and that. I'm not doing that. I'm going to keep it real and raw. And this is what it is. You got people that's been born here. You got immigrants that came here, and, paid for their document, paid their way, did it the right way, the documentation, waited months before they got accepted, and guess what? They got accepted, got their passport, green card, citizenship. They're immigrants. But then you got the people who want to skip the process. I call illegal immigrants. So that's what it is. Her parents are immigrants. All right. They came here, obviously, the right way and so forth. So, and I'm just saying that. I don't know 100%, but what I'm saying here is we're seeing this word being used so much now. But, I really don't really have a deep problem with that. I just feel like, why are we all of a sudden we got to say that now? You're here. You're here. If you were born here, be proud that you were born here. Be proud to be an American. If you have cultural background, be proud of your cultural background. All right. So, but it's just sad that what she's saying that, the way they're just laying off people, man. And even when I'm saying, nowadays we're sugarcoating things. One time we used to use the word fired. Now we're using the word laid off. You know what I mean? So, but let's keep watching.
I had 4 internships in undergrad. 2 of them were in big tech. After graduating, I was at Microsoft and now I'm at Amazon. And it's like, on top of that, never have gotten negative feedback for any of my performance reviews. And it's like, you can do...
Here goes another techie getting fired. I just did a video with an Asian girl who's a tech. She was over Amazon ads. I don't know which area this person was in, but obviously she was in tech, and white collar job again, gone.
Everything right, but at the end of the day, your future is not in your hands when you work for someone. And it's like, it just blows my mind because I feel like as a society, we, especially like when you come from like a family of immigrants, like, work hard to get a really good job, work in corporate, don't do anything risky. And it's like, you do that and you literally have no control if you get a bad manager. You have no control if what you're working on gets deprioritized or, the company decides to be more lean and make things less bureaucratic. Like, you have no control over that. And like, I feel like I just worked so hard to do the right things. And this was such a huge slap in the face of like, I always had an entrepreneurial spirit in me and I've always wanted to do that. But like, this experience honestly, like, is screaming to me that you will never feel safe or secure without you like doing something for yourself.
Owning your own. This is what I've been trying to get across to people. I've been waiting for her to say that. Look, you got to wake up and smell the coffee at some point and realize that you got to start making moves for yourselves because nobody's going to make it for you but you. This is what the world has come to, and that's the reason why I'm always putting out content that will help people steer themselves in the right direction. I've always wanted to do that. I've been doing that. Of course, my content right now, has been going in a slightly different direction, but I'm still covering the job economy just to give you information on what's going on now and what is to come, and also give you some resources that will help you to pretty much create more revenue for yourself and your families. And also I talk about creative finance. Creative finance, are things that you could do on and off social media to make extra income. All right, so if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, drop a comment down in the comment section. Tell me what you think, because we're going to be seeing more layoffs coming in 2026. I'm going to say this right now, and this is my prediction. In 2026, we will say we have never seen a year in which so many people are getting laid off. 2026 is going to be the year of layoffs, y'all. And I'm telling you, get ready, be prepared. I remember a lady commented on one of my videos last year, and she was like, why are you always trying to scare people? And I told her, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm trying to make people aware of what's coming and how to prepare themselves for that time when it gets here. Look, 2026, I'm going to say it again, 2026 is going to be the year of the layoffs. We're going to see layoffs in record numbers, y'all. Be prepared, get started in something that's going to help you financially when that time comes. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment in the comment section. Hit the like button, y'all. Click that like button. I would really appreciate it. Help me out. I'm dropping content for y'all. Show me back some love. As usual, God bless. Peace.